everyone, Lou here. Now, if you don't know on this channel, but I love indie JRPGs. Something about games like Eve and Mad Father are just so much fun to play and tell some unique stories. Yet there's one creator that almost no one talks about. Deep Sea Prisoner. I'm going to be making a series reviewing games by Deep Sea Prisoner, and to start this series off, let's review Wadanohara and the Great Blue Sea. Roll that intro and let's get started. Unlike Mad Father, Witch's House, and Yuminiki, which are all clearly visual horror, please do keep in mind that every game by Deep Sea Prisoner is not for the faint of heart. His games are extremely dark with themes of violence, rape, and severe gore, and war. If you are sensitive to these themes, then please do not play any of his games. Think of his games on par with Doki Doki Literature Club. It's a similar case of a very cute art style and beginning tone, but takes a very dark turn quite a few hours in. While the games themselves are not horror, they are very dark themes, so with that warning out of the way, let's go. Wadanohara is the Witch of the Blue Sea who has her familiars Fukami, Dolphy, and Momoka. She returns home after a long journey of witch training only to be instructed by the Princess of the Sea that she must repair the barriers and protect the kingdom from the invasion of the Red Sea. In the meantime, Wadanohara's previous familiar Samekichi is blamed for the barrier breaking as he mysteriously started acting very strange shortly before and is shown to be very distant and angry towards Wadanohara for no reason. They used to be very close to a point where Samekichi confessed his love for Wada, but she was too naive to really understand it, even though it's very obvious she had feelings for him too. The game follows you playing as Wadanohara as you fight other sea creatures, for some reason, and protect the Blue Sea from the invasion of the Red One. I would also like to mention that the game has 3 different endings, 2 of which you need to get in order to unlock the true end. Both normal endings are honestly bad, with the red ending being one of the absolute worst and darkest points I've seen in a JRPG game like this. Like, I kid you not, the first normal ending, as it's called, or the red ending, was so controversial and shocking to many that when Deep Sea Prisoner had drawn 18+ art of this ending, many fans went out and attacked him so badly he had to apologize and delete his Tumblr. And for comparison's sake, only Mogeko Castle comes maybe 5% close to the first normal ending of Wadanohara. Please believe me when I say it's really bad. I'm just warning again because I don't want people attacking me or Deep Sea Prisoner for the shock of this game, because that's what the internet does, I guess. The only downside to the story is I feel like there's kind of too many characters. Granted, it works well with The Grey Garden, another game of his I'll discuss in the future. Here, it feels like there's a little too much. Some characters will be introduced to either do nothing or just kind of not do much at all. Though there are too many, I feel like the art makes up for it, which I'll explain in the next category. Though despite its very dark tone towards the end, and one too many characters as it goes on, the story here is absolutely wonderful. The writing is so wonderfully creative with many influences from classic tales of Japanese romance and short stories. Deep Sea Prisoner is a mad fucking genius when it comes to building a world, and his world building is just fantastic. Overall, the story is engaging and wonderfully fleshed out. This is one I see people complain about because people always say it's too cute, so therefore its kind of tone shouldn't be allowed. But I say to hell with that. This art style is absolutely precious. I love Deep Sea Prisoner's art so much. It's so simplistic, but my gosh, is it so precious and unique. Not only is his art adorable, but his character designs are fascinating. Wadanohara is a sea-themed game, so every character is made out of something from the sea. Sea urchins, lobsters, jellyfish, and sharks are all present in this game, and so wonderfully designed. I've always seen people try to make a human character or design based off an animal, and while many are good, I find Deep Sea Prisoner's designs to reach perfection and just iconic. I'll speak more of this when I finally play the Grey Garden, but he really does know how to make each character look so different, but unique. I haven't played this game since 2013, and I can still remember every possible character, even if there are too many for its own good. The gameplay, I feel, is honestly just a little lacking, but maybe that's because turn-based RPGs are not quite my favorite. The gameplay is similar to an early Final Fantasy title with your magic abilities and regular attacks that take no MP, with the silliness of Earthbound and maybe a little bit of its layout. I'm not too familiar with turn-based RPGs, and I don't feel the need to research a ton of it since free or indie JRPGs are more for experiencing the story rather than the gameplay, but I believe Earthbound is the only turn-based RPG where the enemy has a full portrait in like the center, right? Not only is the layout similar to Earthbound, but also the tone is kinda similar now that I was thinking about it while writing this review. The first weapons and armor you pick up is candy armor, and a lot of the enemy designs have a rather cute appearance that it does make no sense why Wadanohara is beating up people from her own kingdom. The gameplay, though, is honestly where I feel it lags behind a lot. A lot of the time, you're grinding through 100 plus jellyfish, and while they are optional, keep in mind that the bosses have decent gameplay to them, so you need to grind in order to meet the level of that boss. As I said, the bosses are alright. It doesn't make me spam every single attack until I win. I do have to put a little more thought into it with buffs, debuffs, and healing spells throughout the battle, which is pretty good. I mean, it's good considering all the other enemies in this game are pretty boring. And yes, all enemy encounters except for the bosses are optional, so you could make this game difficult for yourself and constantly be underleveled or something. I just prefer to be overleveled in my JRPGs and grind like crazy because I'm pretty much used to always being underleveled somehow. Looking at you, Pokemon Pearl, where I had a level 100 Palkia and Cynthia still kicked my ass. But yeah, the gameplay isn't challenging at all, and is actually kinda bland, but you could make it difficult for yourself if you chose not to grind, and limit yourself on healing items. Oh yeah, there's also an exploit in the opening of the game where you can totally stock up on tiny infinite healing items. Probably should get that fixed, just saying. What? There's a manga? Yes! Wadanohara currently has a manga that roughly covers the first half-ish of the game and is officially translated and published by Seventh Seas Entertainment. The manga's translation even has a copy available on Amazon and Target for under $10, so I'd say that's pretty good. Though keep in mind that only 2 volumes have been published, and I believe a third one is in production to cover the part where the story takes a nosedive into some really dark shit. The manga was not drawn or written by Deep Sea Prisoner. Hi, yeah, Lou from the future editing this video literally as I speak. I drank dumb bitch juice while writing this video, I guess, because it turns out that Kaite Shujin is just the manga pen name for Deep Sea Prisoner, so let's carry on. If you don't want to play the game of Wadanohara, which by the way can be acquired for free through VG Person's website along with Eve, Mad Father, and Deep Sea Prisoner's other games, then this manga is a perfect alternative. Though I hope those darker parts get made because I'd love to see a drawn version of the scenes only partially described through tiny sprites in the original game. While yes, Wadanohara has some flaws of too many characters and boring gameplay, I still think this game is oceans of fun. I honestly hope you guys will dive right in and make a splash with this game because it's such a hidden gem, like a sunken treasure chest. While yes, the game can get dark, honestly I think we're all used to free anime games secretly being dark as shit at this point. So let's make some waves and give Wadanohara the love it needs. Keep in mind that this will be a series of reviewing other Deep Sea Prisoner games. This will take a while to finish as he does have quite a few games under his belt that are pretty long, but I think the next game I pick should be in a garden. How about a gray garden. And not to worry, down below in the description, I will link VG Person's website along with the game page for Wadanohara on VG Person's website. Because let's be honest, fam, who has time to Google things, am I right? Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, then be sure to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you're new. And if any old or new subs would like to help support the channel in any way, then feel free to visit my Ko-fi page down below in the description, along with my social media tabs. For any subscribers, new or old, who'd like to help with video ideas or maybe want to talk about anime or something, then I have a fan server linked down below. See you next time!